Shit, haha, now it's in your video. I said at the beginning, you have to cut this out. Action.
Welcome back. We are all set up. We have our yoga mat, we have our yoga strap, we have our yoga blocks. And before we get started, I kind of want to go over three things, while we're doing this, for you guys to keep in mind while we're doing this. Number one is that I want you to focus on yourself. Don't focus on what's going on outside. Don't focus on the future or what's going on later today that you need to worry about. Focus on the now. Because we're going to be in positions that you definitely want to make sure that you're like doing properly, making sure that you're getting low enough. Number two is take your time. This isn't push-ups, this isn't running, this isn't, doing something very energetic. It's slow. You got to take your time and you got to make sure you're taking proper precautions, that you're not pushing yourself too far. Force and yoga don't mix, so you got to focus on what you're doing in the now. And three, just breathe. All right? Again, very low impact. It's supposed to be relaxing. You don't need to be breathing super hard to get some of this stuff in, all right? Okay, so number one, to kind of help us get into that mindset of focusing inward and focus on oneself, we're just going to lay on the mat. Just going to lay right here. Now, why are we doing this? Like I said, we're here to focus on ourselves and kind of taking the time, taking like about a minute or so to breathe and relax and get in that mindset of what we're about to do, which is some awesome yoga. So, just gonna lay here, palms up, palms down, doesn't matter. Just breathe. Focusing on some sweet yoga that you're gonna do with your buddy Sam. It's gonna be fun. About 15 more seconds. Okay, so for the first stretch, it's going to be something very simple. We're still going to be laying right here on our backs. But what I want you to do is take your right leg and put your right ankle above your left knee and more or less just slowly kind of push on your knee, opening up your hips. Now what you're stretching here is your right glute and your inner hip, your inner right hip. So we're just slowly pushing on this. Make sure that we don't push too much, but also that we push enough. We don't want to be like here, like, oh, I'm doing it. You're not really feeling it. So you want to make sure you push just enough where you get right in that sweet spot. Focus on here for maybe 10 more seconds. All right. Next, we're going to take our right leg or right arm and kind of slowly put it behind your left thigh and kind of pull it in a little bit. Now again, we're not doing this. We're not here. This isn't helping. We want to make sure our back is aligned with the ground, and we're slowly pulling in that leg to really feel that stretch right here in the right glute. All right. So again, just maybe sit here for 10, 15 seconds, maybe a little bit longer. Should really feel that stretch. I'm not gonna lie, I'm definitely feeling this one. My right hip is crap. All right. Lower that leg back down. Maybe stretch it out, maybe lengthen it, get that full range of motion back in there. All right, now other side. Left ankle on right knee and slowly push. Now you're probably wondering why we're like sitting here for so long, why we're staying in these positions for like 45 to a minute time frame. The reason why we're doing it is because we don't like you see people outside, you see people at the gym, they may stretch like their quad or their hamstring for like maybe 10 seconds. That's it. It doesn't really work. It doesn't allow the hamstring to really, or the quad, or those ligaments to really feel that stretch, really let it sit in. So that's why we're kind of, like I said, taking our time, relaxing, pushing on it, make sure we don't go too far, but at the same time going far enough. All right. And like I said, like the other leg, if you can't do this, if this is too hard, that's fine. Stay right here. You can definitely stay right here and modify and keep pushing on this leg to really feel that stretch. But if you definitely want to get a little bit more of a stretch, feel free to grab the back of the leg and pull. Making sure that our back's aligned with the ground. Oop, sorry. Voice cracked a little bit. Just sitting and relaxing. Thinking about our body and the possibilities that we're going to have after we do this awesome yoga. I grabbed my pink headband for today. Thought it'd be fun. What does everyone think? Ten more seconds. All right, so flat out, lay completely on the ground. I'm gonna sit up for a sec. So grab your belt, your yoga strap, whatever you want to call it, and wrap it around your foot. Now you don't want it down here, and you don't want it, if I can get like on your toes. You want it right here, below the ball of your foot. All right. So we're then going to, with the bent leg, keep that leg straight as possible. And just hold it. Really feel that pull right here in the hamstring. Now again, this is definitely one of those areas where you don't want to yank. Because if you yank, you really might hurt yourself, okay? Now if you're down here, perfectly fine. This is as far as you can go with a straight leg. Great, I'm not going to judge. But if you go a little bit higher, then go a little bit higher. But like I said, don't go too far. I want to make sure that we're definitely taking the precautions not to hurt ourselves. But hurting ourselves is bad. Especially when we're just trying to relax. Hold you for maybe, say, 10 more seconds. Leg shaking a little bit. All right, bend that knee, let go, and then come back up, do it with the other leg. Remember, we don't want it down here, and we don't want it on your toes, right there at the ball of your foot. And this leg's a little tougher, so kind of a little bit lower. Maybe if you have a hard time, here's also another little trick. If you have a hard time kind of holding here, use friction to kind of wrap your hands around the belt to kind of help you hold it in place. If you're having trouble, kind of hold on to this a little bit. Really feel that stretch. Make sure you don't lock out your knee. You don't want this. That's gonna be painful later. A slight bend in the knee, but not too much. How's everybody's day doing? Good? Hope it's good. All right, 10 more seconds. Let's bend the knee. Stretch out a little bit. All right. Now, what's next? Sorry, I got my trusty sheet here to help me keep on track and make sure I don't forget anything. Oh. Next, we're going to do tabletop. Something simple. Just hands and knees. Now, this is a common position. Oop, there's the way. This is a common position in most yoga, flows or studios or whatever. Some still allows us to get into other positions like downward dog. Now, with downward dog, I want you to kind of curl your toes and then just shift your hips back. Now, you don't have to have straight legs just yet. Just make sure that your hands and hips are really pushing back, okay? Now, if the camera lady would please come over here real quick.
Go.
All right. Now, if you see my hands, they're kind of outward a little bit. They're not like this because with the towel, it's kind of hard to kind of push back. So, get your hands a little bit wider. It helps with the pacing. And really use your index finger and your pointer finger and your thumbs and kind of dig in, push back. Make sure your hips are kind of going backwards. All right.
Now.
All right. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. It doesn't look super pretty, but again, that's why we're here. We're here to improve. We're here to get better. So really push those hips back. Maybe here, bend the left knee and straighten the right to get a little bit of extra ham and calf stretch. And bend the right knee and straighten the left. Switch. 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 All right. Now we're going to walk our feet, my bad, up to our hands. We're just going to do a normal forward fold. All right. Just let our head dangle. And arms dangle a little bit. Make sure you're not all the way on your heels. Make sure you're leaning a little bit forward onto the balls of your feet. Stretching. Feel that stretch all the way down your hamstring. Then we're going to come up to a flat back. So what a flat back is super simple. Just more or less put your hands on your shins and really stretch out your back and make sure it's completely flat. Or as flat as I can get to. Feel the space between your discs kind of spreading. Also, everything's aligned. I'm not looking up, not looking down, looking straight forward. All right, we're going to do one more fold down. And now, with strong legs and strong, glutes and hamstrings, we're going to go into mountain pose. So what I want you to do is put your hands on your hips and just slowly move up with a flat, straight back. Okay? And this is mountain pose. Stand straight up. Super simple. Nothing all that complex. Straight. Now, from here, we're going to raise our arms up. Feel that stretch across your chest. And then slowly dive forward into a forward bend. And if this is as far as you can get, you can slightly bend your knees a little bit to get a little bit farther, okay? Feel that stretch in the back of your legs. Flat back. Forward fold. Now we're going to go to mountain pose from here. It's a little bit harder, but not too hard. Really have strong quads. Not quads, hamstrings, my bad. Right here. All right? Now, what we're going to next is something called flow. Don't worry, it's nothing crazy. What the flow is, it's half a sun salutation, okay? So we're just going to do the first half. We're not going to get down the ground. We're not going to do upward dog or cobra or any of those other things, okay? Really simple. Sounds super easy. So, first, big breath in. Let that breath out. Then go all the way down to a forward fold. Now, let's say you have a little trouble here. This is where the yoga blocks come in. Now, the reason why, what yoga blocks are for, and the reason why I'm comfortable using these, instead, and in like replacement of my other yoga blocks, I'm not supposed to be putting all my weight on this. Because obviously if I put all my weight on these two blocks, or these two cardboard things, I'm going to crush them. You're mainly using yoga blocks to really just kind of get a stability. Kind of help you balance out a little bit, all right? So forward fold, up to flat back, forward fold, and then all the way back up to mountain pose. That's one, all right? Now, we're going to connect that with the breath, okay? So breathe in, forward fold, breathe into flat back, breathe out to forward fold, and then breathe back in for mountain. Okay? So that's two. One more. Two more. Forward fold. Breathe into flat back. Breathe out to forward fold. And then breathe back into mountain. All right, one more. Big stretch up here, right? Forward fold. Breathe into flat back. Breathe out to forward fold. And then breathe back in for mountain. Okay? Super easy, nothing too complex. If you're feeling a little overwhelmed after that, or you just need to take a quick break, hit pause. I'm going to be right here. I'm not going anywhere. And replay and hit pause or unpause, and then we can continue, okay? But we're going to continue. So next we're going to do is, what is that? Wide leg fold, okay? Sound like the forward fold, but just with a wider stance, okay? Now, how wide do you want to go? I was told to go about as far as your hands are. So that's about the distance of my hands, about, right, camera lady?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I figured. So, next, just like with the forward fold, strong legs, have a little bit of a bend in that knee, don't want to lock them out. Breathe in, and just fold over. Really feeling the stretch in the back of your legs. You should be able to touch the ground here. Again, you don't need to have a flat palm, but, you know, like a little bit. And if you can't, guess what? That's where these bad boys come in. Again, you're not supposed to put all your weight on this. Having a lot of strength and power in your legs to keep you up. So we're going to hold here. Really feel that stretch. Maybe uncomfortable, but that's why we're here. Kind of get into that sweet middle ground of a little uncomfortable, but not too much. Again, we don't want to be pushing ourselves to hurt ourselves. That's not what yoga is. Alright, maybe a little bit of a slide lunge here. Feel it right here in the groin area. Coming back. Maybe the other leg. Come back. And I'll go one more time on this side. It's a good stretch. Alright, and then the other side. Alright. Now let me flip over my paper here so I know what's coming next. Well, my bad. Can't read today. Can't read my own handwriting. Come up to a flat back. Remember, don't be rocking on your heels. We don't want you doing this. Kind of want to use your whole foot. Make sure your foot's planted on the ground. You're a little bit more on the balls of your feet. You know, just have that flat back. Make sure everything's aligned. Feel that pull of your spine. Those discs separating. All right. We're going to move back toward the front of our mat. A little bit of mountain pose. We'll start up here. Back to the mountain. Forward fold. All right. Now, with strong legs and making sure they don't crush your yoga blocks, take a step back with your left foot. All right? Making sure that your knee is over your ankle. All right? Now, what we're doing here is a runner's lunge. So, we're going to kind of shift our leg out a little bit and kind of post on the inside. All right? Now, this is too much. Get to your knee. It's right here. Still feel the same stretch right here in your hip, your front hip. Just going to sit here for a little bit. Making sure that knee stays in tight. We don't want it out here. Obviously, we don't want that. We want it up and close to our body, all right? Now, again, we're just going to hold here for a little bit. Again, it may be uncomfortable, but trust me, you feel that stretch, it feels great. Hold here for a little bit longer. How are we doing on time there, camera lady?
21 minutes.
21 minutes? All right, perfect. Right on time. And again, with any of these stretches, and if you want to go back and you want to kind of focus on some of the areas that we already hit on and stay there a little bit longer, I'm A-okay with that. If you felt like some of those other stretches were really working, you want to kind of focus more on those areas, go right ahead. I'm not going to stop you. Take care of your body. That's why we're here. All right, post that leg back up. All right, now bring that leg back in, that left leg. Forward fold. Flat back. Forward fold again. And the other leg. Again, take it back. Yeah, I'm going to see if I can stay up for this one. See if I can stay up. Not have my knee on the ground. And if you want to, you can go to your elbows. I'm not going to try that because then I'll tear something. So I'm going to stay right here where I am because this is where I feel the stretch the most. But again, if you want to get to your, if you're that flexible, some of you may be. Some of you may have danced when you were younger. Some of you may be on the cheer squad or something like that. And you can get to your elbows. Go right ahead. I'm not going to stop you. But again, make sure you can and you don't force it. Forcing and yoga don't mix. All right. Walk the right leg back in. Forward fold. Mountain. Or not mountain, I'm sorry. Flat back. Forward fold again. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to send that left leg back. Get here. But we're also going to put the knee down. Now, why are we doing this? Well, like I said, some of you may not be able to have that foot up or that leg up. But this also allows you to really sink in. Allow your hip to kind of go closer to the ground, all right? Make sure that ankle and knee are straight. Make sure not flopping out. We won't stay here too long, just because we kind of already did this, and don't want you guys getting bored. How are you liking it, though? Hope you guys are liking this. All right. Straighten that leg. Walk it back up. Forward fold. Flat back. Forward fold again. And now the right leg. And again, get in position. And lower that knee. Like I said, we're not going to stick here for too long. Really let that hip sink in. Really feel that stretch. Okay. And from here, instead of walking your foot back, we're actually going to walk this foot backwards into downward dog. Can I get the other side of that leg? Remember, your knees don't have to be straight. Don't lock them out if you can't. They're here, perfectly fine. Heck, if they're here, and this is as far as you can straighten them, that's fine. Again, it's not going to be pretty the first time, but we're going to here to practice. All right. Next, kind of get back down to tabletop. And here, I'll turn this way so you guys see. Next, we're going to do is child's pose. Super simple pose, okay? Make sure your knees are a little bit wider. Your toes can be touching. And more or less just fold forward. Super simple pose. Nothing too extreme. Maybe kind of reach to one side a little bit. Feel a stretch in your lat area. Get the other side. Alrighty. Come back to center. Come back up in tabletop. Alright. Next, we're going to do something that's kind of simple. We've been, using these muscles a lot in our chest area, upper chest, shoulder area. So we're going to stretch those out areas. We're going to stretch those areas out. My bad. We're going to do something called reverse tabletop. Now, with reverse tabletop, there's some things you need to kind of keep in mind. Have your hands kind of behind you by right here, okay? You don't need to keep them in. We actually want them out to have a little bit more stability. Make sure your wrists are below your shoulders. And there's a few modifications you can make to this one, okay? First one is right here. This is super easy, really strict. Really have your heart going to the sky. Really feel that stretch across your chest, all right? Modification 2. You can kind of come up right here. Now, with this, we don't want to thrust your hips. We want to thrust our chest up. See, I'm shaking a little bit. It's hard. It's not easy. And then 3 is, again, right here. If you're comfortable here, you feel that stretch across your chest, great. All right, come back in. Maybe have a little bit of a knees to chest moment. Roll it out. Roll out your back. Come back up. We'll do it one more time. Again, I want to stay right here. This is where I feel it. Shoulders back, chest up. Now with this, you don't want your head all the way back, obviously. You want to keep that alignment with your spine. So, right here. Really feel that stretch. We're almost done, guys. Not that much longer. Did you break a sweat? I broke a little bit of a sweat. It's a little hot down here, so I'm just making excuses. It's hard. But that's why. It's fun. It's also fun. All right. Come back in. All right. I'm going to face you guys for these last few things. We're going to sit cross-legged. Simple. It's easy. It's not too hard. We're going to do a little spine stretch, a little spine twist. So sit up. Don't be hunching over. Make sure the crown of your head's going straight to the sky. But what we're going to do here is we're going to take our left hand. We're going to put it on the outside right of the knee. Have your hand back here. And just twist. Now again, I can't say this enough. Do not wrench it. That's not why we're here. We're just push until you feel it. And I feel it right about here. Maybe look back. If you're doing it with somebody and they're in front of you, go behind you, say hi, have a quick conversation. What's up? It's fun, right? Yeah. A little bit longer. All right, come back out with that. reset. Now again, up straight. Take your right hand outside the knee and just twist. Make sure you're not doing this. Make sure you're not wrenching back. Just straight, push. Super simple. Easy workouts in the home. That's why we're here. Okay. Now, the last pose is a pose you've probably seen numerous times. I do not remember the name of it. It's called I can't remember it. Anyway, it's called the corpse pose. Super simple pose. I'm sure you probably did it last night, heck. Just lay down on your back. You have your knees up. Make sure not, if you do have your knees up, don't have them going out. Just kind of have them straight up. And lay down and relax. If you fall asleep, heck, you fell asleep, cool. I wish I could sleep. I got more work to do after this. But you probably are wondering why it's called the corpse pose. Well, it's supposed to represent that it's the death of a bad habit or something like that, and the rebirth of a good habit. So yeah, it sounds dark, but it's also, it kind of allows for your mind and body to kind of let what you just did sink in. Allow it to really kind of set in and let you know that, hey, you did a good job today. And yeah, it might not have been pretty. Yeah, there might have been some, goofs or laughs along the way, but you still did it. Kind of proud of you. It's hard. Like I said, benching's easy. Deadlifting, squatting, all that's easy. This is hard. So really focus on the good job you did today. Focus on the positives. Let's sink in. All right, slowly blink your eyes open and sit up.